Although it sounds strange to you, to hear your own voice over the PA, in fact it doesn't sound any different to the audience than if you were talking to them in normal conversation. The trick here is to be yourself. If you haven't got the skill to project a warm, friendly personality at the functions where ice breaking is required, then being an entertainer isn't for you. I can't stress the be yourself advice enough. Don't put on a radio-style zany DJ voice that will sound false and doesn't fool anybody. If you are lucky enough to have a DJ training you, then don't be tempted to become a clone of him or her. Adopt your own mic style, not a false voice. Use your own taglines, but don't rely on the same cliches 20 or 30 times a night. This becomes boring and predictable. Just be yourself, and talk normally into the microphone. The thing to work on is to speak confidently and clearly and try to pace yourself. Speaking too fast will make what you are saying sound garbled. Speaking too slow will make you sound like you are addressing a bunch of village idiots. Pretty soon, with a little time and practice, you'll develop your own individual skill and style, and that is the most important aspect. Don't try to copy anybody else or put on a different voice. It will sound false and make learning and maintaining the technique a lot more difficult. If being a comedian is not you, then avoid the jokes unless you are good at this sort of thing. Forced comedy can sound false and you may find yourself laughing alone. Spontaneous one-liners are another matter. If something amusing happens, then share it. Use the mic to get requests. Make a fuss over other people celebrating birthdays, anniversaries. People like to have their 30 seconds of glory and hearing their name mentioned over the mic. My advice to those nervous about public speaking for the first time is not to be frightened of the mic or avoid using one. It's your closest and most useful ally at all functions. Don't talk all over the track. Learn to pace yourself over the outro of the previous track and any intro of the next track. Don't gabble. Talk clearly into the microphone as if you were talking to a friend. With time you should be able to familiarize yourself with how the more popular tracks end and finish. This way you can talk up to the vocal, similar to how they do on the radio, stopping your banter at the moment the vocal on the next track starts. Don't rush to perfect this or gabble to do so. It all comes with time and practice. Keep it simple to start off with. Start with the easy stuff first, just introducing tracks and buffet announcements. Once you've built up a bit of confidence, you'll move on from this is routine. Try and include your audience, invite requests, make them feel welcome. Even if you are having a difficult gig, don't take it out on the audience and try and look like you are enjoying yourself, even if it's not going to plan. Don't worry about making mistakes on the mic. We all do from time to time, but don't draw attention to it, or dwell on it. It'll just make it worse. Besides, making mistakes shows that you are human and not a pre-programmed jukebox. Keep key information on the gig, such as the bride and groom's names, best man name, etc. on a piece of paper, so that you can casually glance down if you have a sudden memory blank, but don't write your links down as a speech, otherwise it will sound like you are reading from a script and less natural. All of this will take some time. Don't expect to develop a mic technique overnight, just take it one gig at a time.